Good evening, everyone. Brian here again with BMK Retro Gaming. As you guys know, you wouldn't usually get a second video from me in a day or the same 24-hour period, but I do have a little special occasion to go over again. I have a package to unbox, so without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so this came from my friend Scott Gull again. Very nice friend to have and quite generous about paying things forward, especially if you happen to be one of his friends, though I wouldn't, and share our interest in retro gaming, though I wouldn't bug him about it. Anyway, as you guys can see, I already went ahead and opened it since I can't do that and film at the same time, so we're going to take a look at what came. See, here's a copy of the Atari VCS 2600 Real Sports Football. Very nice. A copy of the Atari VCS 2600 Vanguard. Though unfortunately I have not yet been able to get this one working, and although I'm going to keep trying on that for a bit, it may end up having to be tossed as junk if I can't. Kind of a shame, since it's actually a nice looking cartridge, and well, I'll get another copy at some point and I can emulate it in the meantime, but it would have been nice if it worked right. A copy of the Atari VCS 2600 original pack-in game, Combat, which I've done a review on already, as you guys know. Strictly two-player game, but still, pretty nice, I mean, and I haven't had a physical copy of it before, so of course I can emulate them all, but it's still nice to have physical copies anyway. See here, a copy of the Atari VCS 2600 Breakout. This one I actually was a bit surprised to see it all, because at least locally I've seen copies of the Atari VCS 2600 Super Breakout port, but I've never yet seen a copy of the original Breakout. Well, not locally, or not sure that I've seen one otherwise. Apparently the top label is not in, pretty much gone, but no biggie. Breakout's a fun game anyway. Let's see. Haven't tested it yet because my Atari 5200 still needs to be modified, and I still need a reliable controller. But this is a copy of the Atari 5200 Football. Very nice. It had a little bit here of some gunk, but I'm pretty confident it's going to be a decent one. And then there are 5 of these. My friend Scott Gull sent me 5 ColecoVision games. Donkey Kong, which I reviewed this morning, if I'm not mistaken, through emulation. Would have been nice to have the physical cartridge already, but oh well. And Donkey Kong is an excellent game, and the ColecoVision port is probably the very best, or at least the closest to arcade perfect on any console, on a second generation home video game console anyway. A copy of the Atari 5200, of the ColecoVision Pit Stop, which is very nice. I'd almost forgotten about this game, but it's a pretty fun little racer. A copy of the Atari, sorry, I don't know why I keep saying that. A copy of the ColecoVision Carnival port, and yeah, I played this through emulation before. It's pretty fun, and Well, you guys might remember I reviewed the Atari VCS 2600 port of Carnival, and it's pretty good, but this is another level, and we'll get to it at some point. Pretty decent looking cartridge, too. Here we go right here. Coleco on the back. Made right here in the USA. A copy of the Coleco ColecoVision Cosmic Avenger port, which I reviewed through emulation before on my AtGames ColecoVision Flashback. Nice to have a physical copy of this one, too. That could be a bit nicer looking, but really, I'm not as much the physical side collector as much as I look for games which actually play. So, hey, there's nothing wrong with collecting, but these things were, along with the consoles, were designed to be taken out and played with. I don't see much point in collecting just to let them sit around looking pretty. So I focus more on having a working copy of the game. And last but not least, a copy of the ColecoVision and also Coleco Atom computer expansion, Time Pilot, which is a pretty nice game. I haven't gotten the hang of it yet, but this was a nice one. Anyway, as usual, I've already been testing and seen all these work with the exception of Vanguard, which may or may not be able to get to, but I can always get another copy at some point, and I have it to emulate, so no big deal. Anyway, that's the little unboxing of this third package from my friend Scott Gull. Like I said, if you are a retro gamer and happen to share the hobby and interest, Scott Gull is a great friend, great generous friend to have. He pays forward quite a bit to those he chooses to. Again, I wouldn't go bugging him about it, even if you are one of his friends, but, well, I guess I didn't tell you guys about it, but I sent him a copy of the, the term I was using before was retro release, but now I'm using their term and that of one of my, preferred YouTubers, Hippobytes, which is, ProBrew, Circus Convoy, and, Mr. Gull kind of, how do you say, implied to me or told me that I was somewhat correct in thinking that raised his spirit of generosity by a bit, because this is 14 games together. There were also 4 Atari VCS 2600 games, which were duplicates of ones I already have. And my good friend James Brad Witt already told me he would like all 4 of them, though like me he can emulate them. We both like to have physical copies too. There's nothing like original hardware and game cartridges, so... I mean, emulation is nice and a good asset to have, but, you know. Anyway, he wanted all 4 of them, so I'll be sending those to him. And since they won't feature on my channel and I already have copies of them anyway, I wasn't going to feature them here anyway, so that's that. Anyway, if you guys enjoy my content, please like, share, and subscribe. And please leave any questions, comments, or suggestions down in the comment section below. You guys take care, have a good night, and I will see you again in my next video.